much right after I watched like 2 of your tutoring coaching sessions,
Mm.
and like it turned out to be pretty good.
Okay, cool. It's good to hear. Yeah, that's usually the best way to learn. Like watching is very good, but you need to also apply like what you watch.
Yeah, because like all your concepts that you were talking about were fresh in my mind, and I was just like paying attention too.
Right.
So yeah, but I'm not sure if the players were really that good.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not saying this to be mean, but if they were 2K, it's probably not very likely that they were good.
I'm not sure, because like in normal matchmaking in SEA, I get matched up with like 3-8 and 4,000, 4-2 as well.
Right.
So it's pretty random, and like I end up playing with like against 4 stacks and 3 stacks usually,
Yeah.
because I
So
play in the nights.
yeah,
So
that
like
does mess
games
with the
are,
players.
yeah. I mean the
Makes
last
sense.
video too, it was a 3 stack or a 4 stack, I don't remember.
Hmm.
And I was just mid, and everybody else were like doing. I think it was a 4 stack, yeah.
Right. Okay.
And it's hard to communicate because like you speak in 5 different languages and you abuse in 10 different languages. So it's really, really hard to communicate among players.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's the joys of SCA servers.
Yeah.
All right. So I didn't talk about this in the last video, and this isn't something that like that you should follow like strictly. It's not the law. But what some mid players have been doing is they replace either 2 branches with fairy fires
Fairy
or
Fire, yeah. I
or
actually
1 branch.
try to remember try to get Fairy Fire every time, but I keep forgetting.
Hmm.
Because like I'm just used to clicking there automatically.
Yeah, it's
So
understandable.
yeah, but I definitely like the new item. It gives you like +2 attacks and also health regen.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like
Yeah.
I wouldn't use it as like a regen item so much as like a baiting item or like a used during in the middle of a fight kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like almost
Right,
when you're
right,
about to die, it can turn like it can give you a sort of an edge with like 75 HP. It can
right.
make a difference for like 1 or 2 lasted. I mean 1 or 2 hits on the enemy.
Yeah, it helps quite a bit. It's pretty good. Um, Also, I want to talk about your positioning here. So I didn't mention this in the last video because it's like kind of minor, but I think it is important at the start. Basically, like if you're going to go for this rune, it's fine to be around here, but you might as well just stay up here, like in this spot right here, because like
Okay.
when you walk down the hill and just show yourself right here, let me see like what the enemy sees. Okay, so if somebody was up here, like on this
Okay.
cliff, they would be able to see you, and that's
Oh, right.
information for them. So
Oh,
basically,
I
you're
didn't know
just
about that.
yeah, they're just giving you, or you're giving them free information. Whereas if you just
True,
sit up
true.
here and then ran down, like with your team,
Okay.
then it would be fine.
Yeah, that never crossed across my. I usually see some players standing up there, but I always thought that the fog is gonna make it easier. Hidden. Fog is gonna make me look hidden. So.
No, well, if since they're above you on this little platform right here,
Yeah,
this
I
one
get
that
it. I
I'm
get it.
unboxing, yeah. Also, they can see you like across the hill as
It's
well.
a
So
tiny mechanic I forgot to pay attention to.
yeah, but that makes it much harder to like for the enemy team to set up a kill on you or whatever. So it's
Yeah.
important. Also, you should immediately go to block the creep wave here. Like right here. This little amount of blocking, like if you run right here, you'll meet the creeps, and you should start blocking a little bit. That matters. Like you do it a little bit, but it's quite late. Okay, you're against a Luna who starts Glaives first. I have absolutely no idea how this matchup goes, but
I was watching this video. She was actually pretty terrible because the damage
yeah,
she can do with like if she's leveling up her Q is pretty high. That little stun because and also her
yeah,
movement speed is high. She can close the distance and gain lots of last hits. I mean hits on me. I mean she can
right.
trade pretty effectively because of her movement speed. But I was watching the replay and I saw that she takes like very few points in her Q, so I get the advantage. And I
Yeah,
didn't skill any of my skills yet to see what she was doing and see how it turned out. So I
yeah.
was just
Well,
letting it be.
the second you see that she right clicks a creep wave, you'll see that she has moon glaives, so you don't have to worry about that. You can just get Windrun and get really
Okay.
aggressive on her. Like you have a huge base advantage damage or base damage advantage on her.
Oh yeah,
Like
true.
if you just like look at her stats, I think
I'm
she
like
has.
63, right?
Yeah, you're 60. Yeah, you're 63.
63.
So
Okay.
like she has a little bit of armor on you, but you have Windrun if you skill it at level 1, so she can't trade
Yeah.
with you at all. Like you can just literally run at her from level 1 as soon
Yeah,
as
I know. I'm
you see what she
Moonglaive.
does. Yeah, but advantages like that are really important because like
And
if you get her really low from just trading early on, you can burn through most of her regen early on.
and this I played this game right after practicing with like last hitting from max range, like 500 range.
Yeah,
So I was watching the game from her perspective, and I was barely in her range of casting her Q on me, like if any. If you go to her perspective and like just watch her.
Yeah,
So like I think I was doing a pretty neat job over there.
I think that that's good later on when she does a lot of damage with Lucent Beam, like around level 3. I think that's when it starts like really becoming a threat to you. But
Okay.
I think early on that's actually bad because you can bully her so hard. Like
Oh, okay.
even if she gets level 1 Lucent Beam or whatever, you can still fight her. Like
Okay.
as long as you get Windrun, you're still like
All right.
that. Your hero just naturally is a better laner than her
Okay.
because of your damage and range advantage. Just to put things in perspective, Luna's attack range is 330. Yours is 550, if I remember
It's almost
correctly.
nearly
No,
double.
it's 600.
600.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just
So
watching it today.
that's something you should really abuse.
Yeah.
Like
Actually,
really,
it
really
did.
abuse. Okay, so last hitting, good stuff. She's not harassing you, so you don't really have to use your regen. That's fine. You should eat a tango here. It's important to like just be close to full HP as much as you can. It'll prevent you from dying to ganks. It allows you to take like riskier trades.
Okay.
So just you should be eating a tango here for sure. Also, here's a situation where I would use the creep aggro trick.
Oh yeah.
So let's go back.
Well, I was planning on pushing the wave out so that I can harass her a little bit, like in that little time where her wave comes, and I still have like a few creeps, I think.
Yep. Okay.
So,
So the aggro trick actually does push the wave slightly, if you think about it. Is like if the creeps are chasing you, like after you aggro them, then they're not hitting your creeps, and your creeps are still hitting their creeps. So it does push the wave slightly. But it's not nearly as much as you like right-clicking the wave, but it does push it. So that's another thing you can do. So like right here. So basically Luna's zone, like I might bust out paint for this when it gets there.
Yeah, right there I can just do the aggro.
Yeah, like right around here. Like the power shot was great. That's something you should do.
That's perfect for aggroing the creeps as well.
I want to explain why though. Okay, so Luna's attack range is like 330, which is like here in this little zone. Now when she goes into fog, you basically have to assume that she can attack you from this line because she can just walk, back and forth here. So if you were to aggro the creeps and you pull them back, then you can basically guarantee that she can't deny them. So like if you pull them this way, and also like this is hard for me to explain, I think, because I don't fully understand it myself. But if you pull them back, like your wave is going to push naturally, and you guarantee yourself these 2 CS, so long as you don't miss them.
True.
It's like I think that's just a good habit to have in general.
Okay.
And you're also like eliminating the possibility of her punishing you for taking the CS or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just saying, like, if I did aggro from at that moment, I think I'll just pull the creep with the low HP, so that's actually a good thing.
Right.
Like, I could get, like, RTZ does that in quite a few of his mid videos.
Yeah, he abuses that really hard.
Like, he pulls only the one creep that has low HP, so they can get the last hit. He does it so neatly, like, I've learned that from him.
Yeah.
But I find it hard to use it in every situation, because I still have to actively do it. It's not like a reflex for me when I'm playing.
Yeah. Like I was just about to say, the reason Arteezy is so good at it is because he has done it literally thousands of times.
I know, like for him, it's just a reflex normally when he's doing it.
Yeah,
and he doesn't have to think about it.
Yeah, so you can do that too. Like mechanic things like this, you can become that good if you just practice. That's the neat thing about Dota. Also, I think you could have punished her back here, but go on.
Oh yeah. Oh, just go ahead with what you're saying.
Okay.
It was just something I was saying off topic, but never mind.
Okay, so I think going for the power shot here is like incorrect, even though it was, it ended up hitting and it was good. But basically I think you should just walk forward here, like right now. Like I'll go back to this instance. Okay, so right now your range creep is getting hit by, their range creep is getting hit by 2 range creeps and your melee creep. So right now, if you just start walking forward, you can get the last hit, and then like if this Luna walks up like this, all of your creeps are going to be hitting her. So you can be attacking her as well, whereas you don't need to back up here at all. You can just really punish her, and then like she'll be within your kill threshold, because like right now she dies in 2 right clicks, and she has a fairy fire, so like you have to keep that in mind too.
I tried to go dive in, but I just backed off immediately because I saw her regen. I actually wanted to dive and kill her at that time.
Well, at that time it would be risky, because
Yeah,
like she can juke in fog.
I like
Yeah.
went into the tower range, but then I immediately saw the fairy fire and then I backed up.
Yeah, and I think you still might have been able to kill her, but it would be risk. But
Yeah,
either
it's like
way,
two.
this was
Chelsea was juggling there too.
yeah, this was like a guaranteed kill right here. If this guy
Yeah.
walks up like this, and
Mhm.
you don't walk backward, you walk forward instead,
Yeah.
she's dead, 100%. Like all you have to
Okay.
do is hit the power shot, and she dies.
I think it was a little late for me to realize that, but yeah, I'll keep that
Yeah,
in mind.
that's something you have to like be processing before it happens. Like it has to
Yeah.
be like
I should be able to predict when the creep dies and what my next
right,
move
right.
is. Got it.
Right. You want to be planning stuff like that. Like
Mhm.
let's start with like 5 to 10 seconds beforehand, and then later
Mhm.
on you want to like know the matchup so well, ideally, that you can predict stuff that happens like 20, 30 seconds into the future.
Okay.
Like that's your end goal.
I was actually worried about this Luna matchup because Luna has high movement speed and she can close the gap faster without my boots.
Mm-hmm.
So like I thought she's gonna abuse her Q on me, and I was like wondering if I should get a wand or not, but I decided not to go for it yet because she's been playing really passive, and
Well,
I like just taken over the lane pretty much.
okay, so getting a wand would have been a totally fine choice. I think you get bottle first though, but
Mhm.
you don't have to worry about like even though Luna has really does have high move speed, she can't trade with you no matter what. Like even if she doesn't do the stupid skill build with Moonglaves, like
Okay.
when she Lucent beams you, that's her
Mhm.
only way to trade. Like she can't both Lucent beam you and run up and hit you.
Okay.
Because if she runs up and hits you and tries to trade right clicks, in addition to her Lucent beam, then you can just wind run and
Wind
hit her.
run and trade back. Yeah.
Yeah, and hit her. And like at that point, like if you guys are both like in this situation and she runs up and hits you after Lucent beaming, she'll be taking creep aggro.
All right. I think I just gave her too much credit for her Lucent Beam damage.
Yeah,
Maybe.
for sure. You definitely
Yeah.
did. Like I think this is a really unfavorable matchup for the Luna, and it's very good for you. Okay, so here you should be bottling up while you're hitting this creep. You can definitely go for the cannon. Like you see a lot of their heroes on the map. The only one that's missing is Legion Commander, so you should definitely be going for this this cannon creep and bottling up at the same time.
I just went. Oh yeah, I should have done better.
Yeah.
I finished it up.
Yeah, so you
But
could have
I thought
gone
it was like a little too late. So.
right. You end up getting it, but a better player would have punished you for it and taken the creep from you.
Yeah. And I also stand a chance of losing the rune.
Right.
At that time.
Okay. So the power shot. At this point, you should pop your DD if you plan on going for a kill. You should pop your DD and start bottling up as well, so you have another spell after you try to go for a shackle. Like the shackle attempt was fine. Like obviously it doesn't work, so it's not good, but it was a fine attempt. But it was conceptually bad because you didn't have any follow-up spells as well, because you had no mana. So like if you want to go for something like this, you should trust yourself and preemptively take the steps that you need to do beforehand.
Like I didn't DD up above on the hill. I think probably because if she saw me with DD, she'd run away. And
Oh, she can't see you.
Yeah, she can. No, she could. Like if I came down the hill and she saw DD immediately,
Right.
she probably could have created a little more distance, which I couldn't have closed. So I came down hoping her not to click on me to see what rune I picked up, and I think that was my thought process there.
Okay. Well, that's like sort of valid. I think it's a little different because like you had a shackle opportunity as well, like right here. If you stand at the top of the hill. So,
Is that enough range to make a shackle?
Yeah, I'm 100% positive.
Okay.
I can't see the range for some reason right now, but
it's showing Windranger and Luna's picture.
Okay, yeah, here we go.
Okay,
so like you can see here, it would have been a shackle opportunity, but this is like
come off the hill.
This is a really weird case because this is a Luna who didn't skill Lunar Blessing, and you can tell that she didn't because you can click on her buffs. But if she had skilled it, then she would get the bonus night vision. So
and she would also have bonus damage. I was paying attention to that too. She could see me coming for a gank like.
Yeah, she would be able to see this. So that's fine. You can still go for the play, because like it only depends on her positioning really. But it would be harder to, you do this on a normal Luna.
Yeah.
Who doesn't skill Moonglaves up to max, but yeah. Okay, so I think the dive was fine. It's more of her making an error, but you capitalize on it, so that's good.
Radiant's middle tower is
You should be spending your gold here, ideally. You don't have a crow, so that sucks, but yeah, okay.
I did buy my boots in this thing, whatever gold I got.
I think you should also complete your wand at this point.
I usually try to go for the wand last because I try to rush face boots because it gives me extra damage for better last hitting.
Yeah.
Unless my lane is like terribly hard with someone spamming a spell like Death Prophet or something. If I'm up against a Death Prophet or maybe a Shadow Fiend who's spamming razors,
Okay.
then I'll probably preferably go for a wand.
Yeah, I think that's actually fine. Like you can go for phase boots, especially if you already kill your lane opponent once. Like it gives you movement speed, extra damage. I think that's a good choice.
A benefit of it also gives me like a psychological advantage over him. Because every time I try to move in, if he's not a good player, he'll probably start backing off.
Yeah, that's true. I think you should like chill out with psychological stuff until then though, or until like your higher skill though, because like the psychological plays like rely on this guy to be actually thinking.
Okay.
That's it's quite an assumption to make.
All right.
I don't know what else to say, but
I think that's a safe enough assumption to make at this.
Yeah. Okay, so this shackle play was not good again because you have no follow-up. You can hit him once, maybe twice, and you also have a chance of missing uphill. So it's just a waste of mana.
I just wanted to zone him out there, scare him a little bit, and then take free farm because the glaives were getting to me.
Yeah, well that's.
But it didn't really make a difference. I thought he was gonna go back and hide near his tower like he did, like the previous 2 creep waves.
Yeah, well that's fine, but you know any decent player would not like take a Windrunner spending all her mana as like a reason to run away. He would just be like, okay, you just lost the lane. I'm zoning you out from the next like couple creep waves, and you can't do anything about it. Especially if you had a normal skill build like a Max Lucent Beam and Lunar Blessing, because like you would have no options. You would just have to go back to base or get the rune or something. Okay. So moving on. Again, I think it's really important to have a TP scroll on you, especially when you're doing well like this. Maybe there will be an opportunity for you to counter gank or something and get some free kills.
At what minute mark should I be carrying the TP scroll when I'm playing in mid?
Don't worry so much about like the time. Just like think of it as when you get your boots, you also want to have a TP.
Okay. So basically, boots and bottle is good enough.
Yeah. Then after that, you need a TP scroll. Like consider it a core item that you always get after boots and bottle. There are like a couple exceptions if you have like a global spell, like if you're Nature's Prophet mid or something, but other than that, just like always buy one. It's totally worth it. Yeah, that was weird. The Luna didn't react properly, but it was good on you to go for it, I guess. Like she could have very easily just backed up when you started running at her for no reason.
Yeah.
I think it is fine though.
I think Ricky helped there, like slowing her. We were probably ready to dive at that point. Because he was like pretty much owning his lane and he's just like going out of control.
Right. Okay. So moving on. This is like I think you should have bottle crowed back here when you got your boots with the courier. Because like your bottle's empty and the 8-minute rune is coming up. So there's a case to be made there for not bottle crowing. But like
it's like takes 20 seconds for the bottle to go and come back, so I thought might as well just wait it out.
Really, it only takes 20 seconds?
20 or 15. 20 on the normal walking one. I tried it out in a lobby.
Yeah.
So it takes 20 seconds for a walking one. Flying, I think it'll take like 15 or 10 maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But the courier might be being used by someone else, so I just didn't feel safe to put the bottle in there. Because by the time the rune shows up, if someone else is using the bottle, because they don't usually respect something that I've been used to in like normal matchmaking, so I didn't put the bottle there. I thought I might as well just wait it out.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But I do think the correct play is to bottle crow here, because okay, so the optimal way to bottle crow is like you put your bottle on the courier and then you speed boost it back. Well, no, you can shift Q it. That's fine, but a shift Q is actually like slightly inefficient if you're like if a robot were to play, because like the courier has to travel all the way to like this spot. Whereas you can just get it to like right here and it will refill the bottle.
Oh, you can just hit the first button, like go to base and then shift Q it to just come back. So you put the bottle down and select the courier and shift Q or shift right click on your bottle and then shift click your Q when your courier is selected
Yeah.
and then shift right click to a shift and drop the bottle back onto you. Like it's just one motion. It'll do everything for you. It's just like a courier trick I tried out.
Yeah, I know that's true, but what I'm saying is like it's like slightly less efficient to
Yeah,
like
I
actually
guess.
micro it, because like the
You don't
courier
need to
travels
micro it.
this
That's
little
what I'm
time.
saying. Because the courier has buttons to go to base and come back and deliver it to you.
Yeah, I
So
get
you don't
that.
need to micro it.
Yeah, no, I know. But what I was saying is like you can send your courier back to base, and then when it's getting here, you can micro it and just like click on this little spot right here.
Got it.
Okay. And you're like, instead of the courier going to here, it's going to like right here, and that like saves you a little time. So like technically it's more efficient. But
Oh yeah, got it.
yeah, but don't worry about that so much. But yeah, so
That might make like a little bit of difference.
right. So it's just basically from all of that, just use the boost when your bottle is going back to base, and it's empty. That's important. Okay.
The courier travels faster with an empty bottle, right?
No, it travels much slower.
With an empty bottle?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's much slower with an empty bottle. Even like I think if you use one charge, it gets much slower.
Okay.
It's like a really significant movement speed decrease.
Okay,
That's to deter bottle growing, but yeah. Okay, that was a mistake, but chance of dying. Oh yeah, so even though you got the rune here, you still have to go back to base because like you had to use your regen, and
I just got ganked over there by DK and Oracle.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that's fine. You should buy 2 TP scrolls in this instance because you want to have one already when you get back to lane. Like you want to have one at the ready as soon as it's off cooldown again. Okay, you didn't have to use Shackle here. You basically had enough time to just focus fire a little bit and then finish with Power Shot when she passes the kill threshold. So like you can get like 3 hits in and she's guaranteed dead to Power Shot, and she'll also be stunned. So you didn't have to waste your mana here.
Okay.
So remember, Shackle Shot does 360 damage, or Power Shot does 360 damage if there are no units in between. So that's something you should keep in mind.
Like I try to target enemies directly without any creeps or trees in the middle.
Yeah.
I see the significant difference, like on heroes like Riki or Mirana. Like Mirana, 3 power shots on target, and she's probably dead or near dead. She'll be left with like 20, 30 HP.
Yeah, of course it depends on like items and stuff like that and how long into the game it is, but yeah, so it's important. Also, you should make it a habit of just clicking on heroes. Like I've noticed that's not something that you do often. Like from the past 2 games that I watched, you should just like click around the map randomly, like when you don't have anything to do, or like in between last hits, and just click on inventories and see what they're building. You know, who has detection, who has wards, who has smokes. Check their mana as well. That'll set you up for a lot of kills. Like, you know, this guy only has a mana for 1 spell, so if he casts Purifying Flames rather than Fortune or False Promise, then you know you can go for a kill, something like that. Like that's probably one of the more important habits to make. Like that applies to every single hero in every situation. Okay, so I think in this game, since you're doing well, you can either go for a Blink or Shadow Blade. I would probably go for an Aghanims, either way. Mainly because like you have a Riki, and it kind of sucks to buy Invis when you have an Invis hero on your team, because like they're already going to be buying detection technically.
They'll be buying wards, and it's just going to give them more incentive to buy wards.
Right. So you won't have like the surprise element, most likely. But either way, I'd probably get an Aghs. I like the HP a lot. I think the extra mana is good for farming as well. But yeah, you can choose to go for Blink in this situation.
The reason why I go for Blink is mostly because once I get Blink, I feel confident enough to go gank, and I'm pretty sure like I can get an assist or a kill. So like I feel like that way I can farm up an Aghs faster and stop like enemies from farming. So it might give like a higher impact to the game in overall.
Well, that's fine if you have like a specific plan, like a.
Well, I don't know when to apply that plan. That's my problem.
Yeah.
Like I know I have that plan and that's the reasoning behind it, but I don't know exactly when to apply depending on the situation of the game.
Right, and that will just come with time. And like you can plan this beforehand. Like if Timbersaw is doing well in his lane, or if your Riki offlane is doing really well, Ricky and you can get kills very easily together as long as you land a shackle and as long as he doesn't do this stupid no smokescreen build. He needs to skill this, God. But
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah, so you guys can get kills together, but you also need to, you know, plan on what heroes this is possible. Like, I would say it's possible on Oracle. I would say it's possible on Luna or, like, Pugna. But it's not possible if Oracle is near those heroes and he's level 6. Then it becomes really hard. So
Yeah,
these are things that you need to, like, think about beforehand. Okay, you're going for the Hail Mary? Okay, there's no way he dies there. Well, there's a low chance that he dies there. Okay, so from this point on, you should get stunned, and you should just, like, run up into trees. He just, like, reacted really poorly. Or I'm pretty sure he had vision on you here.
I think he was low on mana as well. I'm not sure.
No, I checked. Yeah, he has mana here.
Oh,
like,
okay.
he already has mana at this point, so.
Okay.
So let's go back. Yeah, he sees you on the map right here. Going in between trees. Sees you one final time. Yeah, he could have just ran up and like made you go for the power shot rather than giving you the easy shackle into power shot. But I think it might have been better to just like sit back here if you wanted to go for this kill. I'm not sure how I feel about it like as a conceptual play, but if you were to approach this, I think it would be better to just run this way.
Okay.
Come up. Okay. And then go for the power shot like here. Because like you're in range at this point, like you're in range right back here. And
I just wanted it to be sure, so I wasn't like, I didn't want to take a chance. I just wanted to get a perfect kill on him. So I didn't want to like make it a skill shot.
Right, and that's valid, but
up a little closer. But then I get punished for it really badly to the point where I almost die.
Right. I think you should have died there. Like if he stunned you here, like he should have, then you die, 100%.
Yeah.
So it was actually like it was more risky to, you know, go for this than it was to just go for the Hail Mary snipe. Okay. I'm pretty sure you were still supposed to die there, but that's okay.
I was just going for a suicide near the ancients, near this camp, and then the flame stop, and so I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay. So you have your blink. You can kill, you know, like I said, that list of heroes in this game, as long as you have a partner. I'm still not too sold on the blink first, but it's okay in this game because you can kill a lot of heroes.
Like Pugna, Oracle, LC, and Luna as well.
Yeah, pretty much. As long as you have like Timber or Ricky, or maybe Venge too, that's okay. Okay. Should back off at this point.
Yeah, I did.
Like you had exhausted all your mana. I want to see how you approach this. So your blink is off cooldown during this. Okay, your blink is coming up. Right now, you blink and shackle this way, and she gets shackled. And you guys can turn there.
Oh, that's right.
Like a Venge can Wave of Terror, and then you guys turn. So like even though you don't have Focus Fire, you're still able to go in. So you missed a shackle opportunity there. That would have been easy.
Yeah.
I think at this point when you miss a shackle, you should just back off. Because like you have to, in order to get this kill, you need to commit into Fog of War. And like there are a lot of heroes off the map. Like DK is not showing mid. Like he's hidden right now.
Oracle shows up, I think I just run away because I had Windranger. Or no, nothing actually. Shit.
Yeah, you have absolutely nothing. You use Windranger, but like it's not. You use it like aggressively rather than to block auto attacks. So that's fine, but you committed too far here. Like as soon as you miss this shackle, you should recognize that like
you can't kill it anymore.
Yeah, it's too risky to go in for the kill. Now it's like slightly different if the enemy team is pushing top and you see all 4 heroes there, but yeah.
There's absolutely no vision at this of them.
Right. Okay. So there are like 2 objectives on the map right now that are important, and it's top tower and bottom tower. These should be like your primary concerns in this game. You guys can't do the best Roshan. Like you have Jug and Ricky and you. It's actually, you have a pretty good Rosh team, so you can do that as well. But you still want to get the outer towers, or the outer mid and bottom tower before you do that. These should be like definitely your primary objectives. Okay, you get the kill, that's fine. You should be hitting this tower. Even though you're out of mana, you should be hitting this tower for sure. You shouldn't go jungle here.
I think I went for rune or something.
Okay, that's fine. Either way, you should be hitting this tower and then pathing down to the rune afterward. Because you need to be pressuring this. Like basically these guys are doing this all for free. Like Pugna died, but they're they're getting a huge advantage here. Right. So you should at least, like, if they know that you're already here, then you should at least be like, you know, getting something out of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Get an arcane rune. It's good for farming. Again, you still have time to rotate top here. Like, you can push this wave and then just run top, and you guys can get the tower. Okay, so you like to go bottom to go for a kill. It does seem to be that you're, like, very kill hungry, and that's not a bad thing, but I think it's better to have, like, have your focus on, like, pushing waves and getting objectives and farming, like, creep waves. And you can apply pressure that way, and you can get kills that come to you, or you can, you know, make kills happen in the jungle after you push. But, like, that's, like, a much more consistent, reliable way to get farm, and it also transfers to every MMR. Like, pushing waves is always going to be relevant, even if you're playing against good players. And, you know, pressuring objectives will always be relevant. Whereas, if you're going for crazy kills, like in the jungle, you know, just, like, hoping that people mess up, that's not going to apply when you play against better players.
Okay, yeah, because they'll be prepared or warded.
Right, so you want to start building up these habits, like, as soon as you can.
Okay, yeah.
That being said, it's not bad to go for kills that you know you can get 100%, and you have vision on other enemy heroes and stuff. But yeah, it's better to have a defensive, opportunistic approach rather than like an aggressive approach, I think. Okay, you buy your point booster, and you know the little trick. That's cool. Waiting for a haste rune. That guy is dead. Good shackle.
Like, I have a theory for shackles. It's just like if the target is surrounded by many areas in like that shackle angle, then at least the shackle is gonna hit somehow or the other. Like, I don't actually plan on getting on one target, but I'll see what's the probability of a shackle landing around him to any of the targets. Like, if he's surrounded by creeps and trees, then it's like there's gonna be a 90% chance that the shackle is gonna land because of its angle. So like I try to go for that kind of stuff when I'm going for a shackle, and sometimes I just mess up.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. I mean, it's okay. Like, if they're in a creep wave, that's fine. But you should really, really go into a shackle, like a blink shackle thing, with a specific target in mind. Because like you don't want to have these, you know, chance plays. Even if it's like a 90% chance to work, if you can make it a 100% chance by just aiming it and being like good mechanically, then you should take that. It's way better than like letting that chance decide or whatever.
Because if I'm focused, like what I feel is if I'm focused on one particular, like if in a fight, like if I'm focused on getting 2 people for sure, then if I mess that opportunity up, I might not be able to shackle even one. So I usually go for like a chance where a hero is surrounded by 2 people or a tree. So the shackle's gonna land on him for sure. Like the other hero is just a bonus.
Okay, that's a little bit valid when you start adding like another variable of the extra hero in. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad. But even then, you should still like have the opportunities in your head like all there.
Yeah.
Okay. So like if you need to change like your target last second, like after you blink or whatever, then you're able to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I should work on that part a bit.
Yeah, and that's as you get more comfortable with like Dota in general, like you can start worrying about that stuff rather than, you know, worrying about just like the shackle connecting.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, your primary objectives in this game should be these towers, like the outer towers. It's fine to be pushing mid, but you definitely want to be like focusing these towers down here, or at least Roshan or something. It's like right now you're not pressuring anything at all. We covered this in the last replay, but yeah.
Yeah.
Also, there's a lot of farm top that you should be eyeing. There's no tower there, but pushing creep waves is always good.
But don't you think that point is a little too deep to push? because you might get ganked. Like if you push beyond the river, it gives the enemy a lot of opportunity to come from the forest.
Well, it
Like
depends,
that's why I
right?
don't go beyond the river. I just push it till the river, and then I like back off from there until I see a huge fight happening somewhere, which is pretty much space for me to push.
Yeah, and that's true. Like, it does open up opportunities for the enemy to gank you, but they have to actually take that opportunity. And also,
Oh.
like, beforehand, you're given enough clues to know that this wave is pushing. Like,
Okay.
let's see how far it is. Like, okay, so all the way back here. Let's go even farther back to see.
Oh, did I have vision? Could you just check my perspective to see if I had vision after
Radiant's top tower is
Sure.
under
that wave
attack.
was pushed?
I mean, you do because there are creeps there. Like, you do.
Oh. No, I mean on the enemy hero.
Oh, on enemy
could've
heroes.
done
Okay.
Radiant's
Yeah.
top tower
So, like,
has
yeah,
fallen.
Legion and DK are also here. And the
Yeah.
wave isn't pushing to your tower right now, but it's like really close to. Like,
It's building up.
Yeah, it's like building up very slowly. It's a slow pushing. So you can see, like, by now, you can actually see that it's going to be doing this. So, like, this is, I don't know, 40 seconds in advance, but it's
Okay.
it's information that's available to you.
Okay.
So it's going to push, it's going to build up. Eventually, it's going to go past the river. So you can push this wave and then just, like, TP top, that's fine. Or doing this camp is even fine. Like, this was fine, too. This is pretty efficient. But you should be looking to TP top here, I think.
Yeah.
That's if you don't plan on going bottom, which is, like, slightly unsafe, I'd say. It's like safe because you have good ward coverage. Like
Okay.
you have
Yeah.
this entire area covered, so they could only go to the tower. But yeah, I think you understand my point.
I should also work on my farming routes a bit with Win because she's slow, so I should be really efficient with how I farm with her.
Yeah, it's especially important on her.
Yeah, because you can't really flash farm like other mid heroes.
Right.
Like Storm or SF, Templar even.
Right. And farming routes aren't fixed. Like they change like depending on so many
depending on the
variables.
situation. Yeah. If I'm going for a fight or pushing a tower.
Yeah. Also, where your heroes want to farm as well. Like you don't just want to put your farming route in the middle of your Juggernaut's farming route, because like it might not mess up a bad player, but it would mess up like a good player, and he would have to adjust. Okay, this is a good shackle. Right now, like okay, this is actually really important. Your camera is in an okay spot, but all you're doing right now is focus firing somebody who's shackled. Like, you know this guy isn't going to do anything for a long time. Like, he's shackled, he's stuck. So you should move your camera down. Like, okay.
Okay.
So you should, like, just get a glimpse, at least, like, of, you know, who you shackled, what happens, who died, Oracle's mana. Maybe you could click on these heroes as well. Like, you could tell that DK doesn't have mana for a stun, and he has no stick. You could tell that Oracle only has a couple spells. Like, you could gather all this information while you're doing this.
Yeah.
And that's like hard. That takes like.
Yeah, that's actually pretty hard. Yeah, I was thinking about it, but it's also like if I can train myself to do that.
Right.
Because I'll just be standing at one point, or it also gives me opportunities to run away if like someone's approaching me from behind.
Yeah. If you're looking around.
That's what usually happens when I play when like if I'm focus firing someone in a not okay position.
Right. Whereas if you were just like looking at the target that you're hitting, like you did.
Yeah, that's interesting.
There's
like.
Work on that. Yeah, that's like. It's very basic, like it's just like, you know, you should look around more, but it's something that a lot of people don't realize.
It's probably
so they
because
tunnel
like, the
vision very
fight
hard.
is happening and like it's such an intense moment.
Yeah.
So like it's hard to just keep track of everything that's going on.
Right. Okay, so here you did something a little weird. You used a lot of your mana, and then you ended up TPing bottom. I see you have bottle charges, but you're very low mana after this. So like you won't even be close to full mana if you use all your bottle charges, and there's no rune to get. And then you end up TPing bottom. I'm pretty sure that's what happens here. Let's go. Oh, okay, so you went to defend Jug. But okay, so that's like.
I thought the tower was pushing. Yeah, I was checking. Something was happening over there, so I was like, okay, this tower is almost done, so
Yeah.
might as well just go and do that.
That's fine. It's like, it's okay to try to defend your carry, but there's like no way this guy can die. He has spin and healing word. I think spin was on cooldown, but I'm sure he would have been fine. Like, he was in a creep wave and stuff. And this is like a big efficiency thing for you. It's like very inefficient. because you just TP and then you have to run all the way back to base. Whereas you could have just TP'd home and refilled your bottle.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay. He
Radiant's
also.
bottom tower is under attack.
Okay. I think this is a mistake on Jug's part. He should have pushed this tower and let you push this out, but that's like not something you can control. So whatever.
It's impossible to like control something like this
Yeah.
in a game, like who chooses which lane, but
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
and it like gets really competitive for farm sometimes. So yeah,
Yep.
like supports carries doesn't make a difference.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Okay. Good. Good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay. You guys should definitely be thinking about Rosh at this point. Like Jug's TP is coming off cooldown. You can do it very easily with Healing Ward, Focus Fire, Wave of Terror.
DD
Especially
as
with
well.
this DD, you know, it's perfect Rosh opportunity time.
Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
I think we get the top tower with the DD though.
Okay, yeah, that's
Radiant's
totally
top
fine too.
tower is
You
under
definitely
Or
like,
some kill.
you
For
need
sure.
some objective.
Yeah,
Kills
yeah.
aren't even that good. If you kill Luna, it's great. If you kill DK, great. But other than that, like, the objectives matter way more.
Okay.
Okay, so you do get the top tower, that's good. You want to make use of power specs like this?
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Because like, everything was perfect at the point the wave was pushed and the
Right.
rune was there.
Yeah, it just all worked out.
Yeah.
But Rosh is still an opportunity for you guys. Maybe you can wait for your Aghanims, like to get to you, but yeah. Also, you shouldn't replace your wand with Staff of Wizardry. That's like a lot of effective HP that you're trading for just 10 damage.
Oh, okay.
It's like a
Yeah, that part just really confuses me. Of like what to switch up for TP scroll, what to switch up for Staff of Wizardry.
yeah.
Like that's some places which I really find decision making really hard. Because sometimes I give up Null Talisman to get a Staff of Wizardry. That's what I did in this case. I put the wand for the TP and the Null Talisman instead of the Staff of Wizardry instead of the Null Talisman.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think base. All right, sorry about the dog. 1 sec.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Because Nulls, I feel like it gives me damage, but Staff gives me more damage and more mana. That's why I replaced it for that reason. And one, because TP can help me escape if I can get a good blink.
Okay, sorry, I had to take my headset off for a second. Deal with the
okay.
ducks.
Yeah, I was just. I think like replacing the null with the Staff of Wizardry gives me more mana and damage, and the wand with the TP, so that if I can get a good blink, I can escape.
Okay. Well, let's
So,
look at the
that's-
stats here. So, I think you just put everything on the courier. 1 sec. Okay, yeah. So, No Talisman gives you 6 int and 3 damage.
Mhm. Oh, okay, that's nice.
So, 6 int gives you 6 damage.
Yeah.
And you're an
Yeah.
int hero. So, this gives you 10 int.
Yeah.
And so, this gives you 1 more damage and 19 mana. 19 mana, I think? Maybe it's 20.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't go to intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. But yeah, and it also gives you HP. It also gives you, you know, a tiny bit of armor, like half of an armor, a little bit less. So
Nulls
it's
is a better item.
yeah, no, it's just way more slot efficient than
Yeah.
Staff of Wizardry in like every scenario.
Okay. And the one for the TP is fine, right?
It's okay. Yeah, I think it's necessary. Like it's fine. I think I would actually. I just harped on how good Null Talisman is, but I actually think Wand is like slightly better in most cases.
Okay.
Because like you should think of this like if you have 17 charges, then you know that's
Yeah.
a lot of HP.
I know.
You also have to use it correctly, so it's a little bit tricky. But yeah.
I just have to wait for it to like get full in like fights and then use it. It's
Right.
like really helpful in fights because so many spells go down.
So I think your ideal inventory, like in a decent Windrunner game, is like Blink, Aghanims, Bottle, Phase Boots, TP, and Wand. That's like
Okay.
you'll see. You can go back and check any RTZ replay of Windrunner, where he doesn't have to buy dust or something, and he'll have
Alright.
like these exact items.
Okay.
If he doesn't go for like some weird Shadow Blade builds, I know he does that sometimes, but we're gonna stick to basic stuff for now.
I've seen a Windrunner with Shadowblade. I think it's pretty effective if there's not enough warding, but I prefer Blink because it'll also help me escape. A reliable one, like I just have to wait for 3 seconds rather than getting dusted and then getting run down by opponents.
Yeah, Shadowblade is better if you need to build up into a Silver Edge or something. And
Oh,
also,
yeah, that's true.
Shadowblade is good against warding too. Like, it's just bad against like sentry wards and wards. But you can dodge wards much easier with Shadowblade than you can Blink. It's because you can run right past them if you know where they are. But yeah, I think just stick to Blink, and you'll be fine. At least until you become a little bit more advanced and you start learning when Shadowblade is good, when Blink is good, and stuff like that. Alright,
Okay.
so let's watch this. You have no mana at the start of the fight, but you have enough for a Shackle. That's fine.
Like, I just was pretty much ready to go back to base, and then I came back because the fight was happening and I had Aegis. So if we win that fight, we can get the tower. So I like decided to come back and see what happens.
Yeah, I think this is an okay fight at this point. Like, you know they use major cooldowns. They use Duel, False Promise, Eclipse. So you guys can win this fight at this point. As long as Jugga is Omni. That's the linchpin thing. So I think you going in here is fine. Maybe you could have done a better job of kiting. Like, running back a little bit. But other than, I think that was fine. Nothing wrong with this, really. Let's watch how it develops.
Being dead is boring.
Okay. Okay, that was just bad. Not on your part, but you missed a Shackle opportunity here.
Yeah.
Let's go forward. Okay, you get out alive, looks like. Okay, missed another Shackle opportunity. Alright, let's go back. Okay, so right here you are respawning. Benj makes a mistake here. Like, she tunnel visions really hard on the swap, and she doesn't know the exact range of her ability. So, like, she could be way back here and swap you out. But, yeah. That's whatever. You can't control that, so it doesn't matter so much. Here, you had an opportunity to shackle. Yeah, you could have shackled Legion to Pugna, and that would have given Bench.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, this was super easy to shackle Legion.
This
to
was
Pugna.
perfect.
Yeah.
I think I used the shackle on something and I missed a target. I think on Pugna.
Yeah, you used it on Pugna, but it was like too late anyway. So like, right here, you could have walked a little bit to the right and then shackled, and Pugna wouldn't have gotten this right click off. And Benj would have lived for a little bit. She maybe, but yeah, she'll get her stun off because these two will be shackled. Like that makes a huge difference.
I shouldn't have gone for the
yeah,
boundary.
you went for the boundary run, which is crazy, but that's fine.
I thought Legion won't chase me at that point.
Yeah.
But he ends up doing it. I thought I can get a shackle off and then run away, but that doesn't work out either.
Yeah. Well, you end up being fine, so it's whatever. But yeah, definitely going for the boundary run there was crazy. You could like make your initial blink from here to, or like here rather, to here,
correctly.
And that's okay. But going or like blinking here and then going back is like not good at all. It's pretty funny actually. That's like such a classic death for like every Dota player.
So many rune kills.
Yeah.
Like when I play Pudge, like if I'm chasing someone at that area, I just like blindly hook to the rune and I get a kill. Like a lot of times.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's like pretty obvious spot.
Okay. I don't like this. It's like pretty, I don't know, random. Like the blink power shot. Maybe if he's below the kill threshold, but he's at like 600 HP. If I eyeball it, yeah, 630.
Okay.
So like there's basically no way he dies, even if the power shot hits. Timber could hit his spells, but okay. That's not correct. He doesn't have his ult skills, but whatever. But yeah, the blink power shot was a little bit iffy. Shackle was fine. You don't need it to latch there. Okay, moving on. At this point, you guys really need to be focusing on Rosh. You have or at least some warding down there, so you don't have to worry too much.
We just did the Rosh though.
Wait, did you?
Aegis
Really?
is done. Yeah, like in the last fight when I was running away, I had the Aegis before.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, right.
Like,
Yeah. My bad. Oversight. Okay, so in that case, your next objective is this T2.
like pulling this kind of game off in like higher levels is just on efficiency and because this is sort of like something that covered cover aspects from a different video, like from the last video that you told me. but I find it really hard to do in games, which is like hard or like psychologically like really stressful.
Yeah.
If I'm not getting good farm or if I'm not able to zone the enemy out properly.
Right.
So how do I handle those kind of situations then? Is it just like practice, or is it some way that I can like do something better, go get farm somewhere else and stuff as a
Well,
Windranger?
I think when it comes to like psychological issues, the best thing that you can do for yourself is to practice so that you are exposed to more situations and you've been in like that situation before. So like
Okay.
when it comes up, like you're prepared for it and it's like not a big deal to you. I mean, you're gonna have games where you get, you like freak out and you tilt and your nerves get the better of you.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen. But the best thing to do is just like stay calm. At that point, it's really a personal thing. Like do whatever makes you calm down. I couldn't help you with that really until I get to know you like much better. But yeah.
Yeah, tilt issues. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But definitely the best thing you can do for yourself is give yourself like a lot of fundamental skill practice so that you don't have to worry about like flubbing mechanical stuff. You can just like
I can just think about the game in
yeah,
general.
you can
like
know that
strategy.
if you have good mechanics and you don't need to worry about like, oh, am I gonna miss the shackle and lose this team fight? Am I gonna select the wrong target or something? You can just do it.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
like that will naturally make you much less stressed. Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think you should be pushing top wave right here, rather than going for a kill here. Okay, let's look at that actually. Okay, so I think instead of going for this camp, the hard camp, you get the rune and then you go straight top. You can see Luna is pushing it out, and like this hero is not a threat at all. Like
I actually picked on her for Ricky to advance to her.
well, you can solo kill her like very easily.
Okay.
Like you just shackle her and she dies. Yeah. So either way, you should be going like towards top right now. Like probably through this way because it's a little safer, and you don't really know who's behind her until you get this information mid. But yeah, you should be pushing out this wave, and like that will apply a little pressure, and then like yeah, you also get some farm.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay. Okay, you wait for the shackle. Oh no, you don't. Okay.
I was like, there are no trees anywhere around in that area where she's gonna run, so might as well just go for it.
Yeah.
So I was like, never mind.
Still look at that. If you're gonna go for the shackle in this case, you should wait for power shot, so that you can get the like guaranteed power shot at least, or like you have a better chance of landing it.
Okay.
And then you only need one right click at that point, because like this power shot is not fully charged. If you look at your perspective, or at least I'm pretty sure, unless they have like a magic resist aura or something. Okay. Okay, no, it is fully charged. That's weird. What is Pugna?
I think he put on his spell where he gets health back, like gives him movement speed and
yeah.
regen.
The weird thing is it only did like 270 damage, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. But whatever.
I think it just means that you can't really hit through walls either. Maybe like if it's not a clear path, because if he's taking reduced damage.
No, that's not true.
Or is it just armor?
It's through trees, I think. Here. Hero damage destroys this tree. Blah blah blah. Okay, it's not even affected by trees, so no.
Okay.
It's just like enemy units, it's like creeps or heroes or something. Okay, so I'm not sure how that worked, but I think either way, you wait to power shot. You wait to shackle until you have power shot up. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. So game is like really easy at this point, I think. Like you guys just need to make sure you keep farming, but also like press your advantage and go for objectives and stuff. The high ground might be a little premature. You should probably go for a Roshan when it respawns, but it's fine. You guys are doing well, so. Okay. You should also go for MKB in this game, which is a little weird to me.
I usually go for an MKB if the game is like decent, or if I think that it's going to go late game.
Okay, what's your reasoning?
Because basically it gives you a mini bash, so when you're focus firing and the enemy is trying to run away, even if I don't land the proper shackle, I can definitely get a lot of damage off on him, and probably even land a kill because I'll get a lot of bashes off with the MKB.
Okay, that's not bad. I do think Daedalus is much better. Like, it's a more cost-effective item
For the
focus
crits,
fire.
right?
Yeah, for crits. Like, I have no numbers to back that up, and I don't plan on doing any math, but I think you should try getting Daedalus second.
Well, yeah, I usually do the slashers build. Like it's just in the inventory, like in the side shop, like it's slashers build. But
Yeah.
I started trying the MKB out.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Can't really pick up on that. My favorite item on Wind is Dessa though. I think she's most effective with the Desolator.
So Deso is good for pushing. That's about the only edge it has on Daedalus. It's good for killing like really low armor heroes as well. But Daedalus is overall just much better. Like, it's more cost effective. Yeah, it does too much damage to heroes to pass it up.
Okay.
This would be like an okay Deso game because you have so many right-clicking heroes on your team, like Riki and Jug, and you also have some minus armor with Venge as well. So it synergizes a bit. But I still think Daedalus was the item in this case. But Deso would have been like a good second option. I think MKB is an okay option, but it's not as good as Deso or Daedalus. Yeah, this is bad.
That was terrible blink.
Yeah, so staying back like this is okay, but you could be hitting that tower. You don't have to focus fire, but yeah. Right here you have one shackle opportunity to this creep. You could blink up here, or just run up here, shackle here. You didn't even really have to shackle, because your hero's not in danger. You could just focus fire, and like shackle somebody in the back. Yeah, there are a lot of things wrong with that, but that's fine. Basically, you guys won the game already, unless you like Fountain Dive. So I think from here on it's like unproductive.
Yeah,
so we should
I think yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you have. Let's actually summarize this. Important things this game were objectives over kills. Also the item decisions. Basically, you don't want to have a Staff of Wizardry in your inventory as this hero ever. I can't think of any situations where you would want that. Just keep your wand or no talisman. For the laning phase, we had the creep thing, like watching your creeps to see how much damage they do, and watching their creeps to see how much HP they have. So like, we had that one situation where there was a range creep left, and you had two melee creeps and the range creep.
I could have chased Luna down there.
Yeah. That's something you really want to keep in mind, because like kills like that will just turn a game on its head. Like maybe it's an unfavorable matchup, but if she messes up like this, it turns into a favorable matchup. You know, it's obviously not the case in this case, but that happens in some games. So it's you want to keep that in mind for sure. I think those are like the big points of this game.
Okay. Another thing I definitely do want to go over the harder games that I had, because there was like a few areas where my itemization for the game like really went terrible.
Okay.
Like in the previous video, like I think we lost the game because I didn't go for Mjolnir. Instead, I went for like the Scepter and the MKB build, like the last video that we were watching.
Right.
Because with the Mjolnir, I could have gotten off AoE and stopped the Nature Prophet's push.
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure about that. So like these are like late game itemization decisions that like really affected my games.
Well, I almost want to say that like you shouldn't even worry about that stuff. Like it is important, but you should stick to like cookie cutter builds for now.
Okay.
And you know, if you see something that's really really good and you know it's good, like you know this is a BKB game, I need to get BKB after Aghanims, then you can do that. But like these late game item decisions or whatever, they don't even matter if your fundamental skills are not good. Like if your laning isn't good, if your like mid game fighting isn't good. So you should. I really think it's important for you to focus on these details first, and then later on, once your laning is solid and it's like. At that point, like you'll probably be like 5k if you can get to the point where like I'm having issues finding issues with your landing stage. Then you can start worrying about like bigger decisions like this.
And
for
like, what's
smaller
like the
ones, rather.
ideal last hit score for in like 10 minutes for a win?
Well, perfect is 72, but
Perfect is 72 and 10. Yeah, I kind of get like 17 a free lobby.
yeah.
That's free lobby, but what about a game where there's competition?
Well, you should aim for 72, I think, but like realistically, 50 to 60 is good. But you should definitely aim for as many as you possibly can. Like really
Yeah,
fight hard
that's
for every
something I
CS.
have to do.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Okay.
Okay. Well, do you have any other like overarching questions about this?
Nothing really.
Okay.
I just wanted to find out where my mistakes were. Some things that I don't realize.
Okay. Cool. Well, I hope
I
it
just
helps.
wanted a new perspective. Yeah, it does help. Thank you.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah, like I said earlier, if you have any questions about Dota or whatever, just feel free to Skype me.
Sure.
I don't bite. Yeah, thanks for your time.
All right, dude. You're
All right.
welcome. I mean,
Peace.
thank you. That's I should have said that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. All right. Peace.
All right, ciao.